mic drop so you know exactly what time it is. Hello and welcome to another episode of The Blitz. The Buccaneers are back in first place, so life is good. David is off today, so your boy's riding solo like Jason Derulo. We have a jam-packed show for you. We'll take a look at this emerging Tampa Bay rushing attack, take a trip down memory lane in Lambeau, and also head to the locker room for our The One Bucs segment featuring a star from last week, KJ Britt. But let's jump right into it. This is the 10 and 10, the 10 top storylines you need to know entering today's tilt in Green Bay right here on 10 Tampa Bay. We got two 6-7 teams squaring off. Both teams are playing well as of late, winning 3 of their last 5 historically. The Buccaneers are 22-33-1 against Green Bay, but they are 5-4 in their last 9 meetings, so that is not too shabby. And a lot is on the line this week. The Buccaneers have busted their buns to get back in first place, and now they have to keep their spot above the Falcons and the Saints. It is playoff football. It is here because the NFC South is completely clumped up. But here is the thing. There is still a shot for the Buccaneers to be a wild card team. We know one of these NFC South teams, they're going to be a guaranteed spot. That means the rest of this group competing for 2 open spots in the playoffs. So Tampa Bay has options if the Saints or the Falcons go on a heater. And speaking of heaters, the Buccaneers might need a couple on the sidelines, though it's just going to be 40 degrees today in Green Bay, which reminds us of the NFC Championship game a few years ago at number 9. The Bucs don't have a great resume in Lambeau Field, just 5-16 all time, but their last trip was a memorable one, booking a trip to the Super Bowl back home in Tampa. While there are still a handful of guys on the team who experienced that, the majority have not. Playing in that historic building, though, always gets the juices flowing.
I grew up a huge Brett Favre fan, so first time I got to go there, it was, just kind of take it all in pregame.
I got a lot of family coming. I mean, it's close. The close games my family comes. So, good memories. Really excited to go back. Really excited for the game. I know we all are.
Yeah. Last time when I was there, I've seen what the atmosphere is going to be like, and so I know how it's going to be, and, it's going to be fun up there.
The Scotty Miller touchdown grab before halftime of the NFC Championship game is arguably the second greatest play in Buccaneers team history. Number 1, of course, is Rondé Barber in Philadelphia. Now, when it was all said and done, we thought we would never, ever see a guy like Rondé in a Bucs uniform again. But then a guy like Antoine Winfield Jr. came along, and we're like, maybe not. At number 8, what can't this guy do? Only 2 players since 2000 have recorded at least 3 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and 3 fumble recoveries in the same season. Brian Dawkins, who was on the sidelines when Rondé Barber shut down the vet that night, and Antoine Winfield Jr. If the Bucs win the division, he will be a big reason why. At number 7, maybe Zion McCollum is the next great DB to come through the Jason Light pipeline. With more playing time, he's looking better and better out there. The Atlantic contest was probably his best game as a pro. He had 9 tackles, a forced fumble, 2 passes defended. And with Carlton Davis and Jamel Dean beaten up, he's instrumental down the stretch. Maybe he'll get his first interception of the year today against Jordan Love. In the last 30 years, Jordan Love has logged the 3rd most starts at QB for this franchise. It goes to show you how long Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre held down the fort for this franchise. So at number 6, let's bring in our longtime signal caller, James Yarko from Locked On Bucs. James, maybe Love is the next Packers great about to rattle off 200-plus starts. He's shown flashes of excellent play, but then you have last week against the Giants where he was off. How do the Buccaneers follow New York's lead and rattle Love today?
Really, one of the things that made the Giants so successful on Monday night was their initial burst off the line of scrimmage with their front 4. They were able to get pressure on Jordan Love very quickly with their natural pass rush with their 4 down linemen. They still brought blitzes, but they were forcing Jordan Love to get the ball out of his hands quicker than he wanted to with just their front 4. That's not something that the Buccaneers have been overly successful with this season, especially with all of the injuries that they're dealing with. So I'm not exactly sure how the Bucs can replicate that. What they're going to have to do is stick to what has worked this year, and that is bringing Antoine Winfield Jr. off the edge. One of the things that the Giants did so well was how fast they collapsed the pocket in front of Jordan Love, and the Buccaneers haven't been able to do that against teams without bringing in the extra blitzers. So that's going to create a lot of one-on-one opportunities for the Packers pass catchers. The Buccaneers have to be creative like they usually are, bringing pressure, collapsing pocket, hiding blitzes, but they're not really going to be able to replicate what the Giants did with their defensive line.
Thank you so much, James. And at number 5, we hammered the Buccaneers for most of the season for their awful third down defense. But you know what? We have to give them credit where credit is due. And in the last 5 weeks of action, they ranked 3rd, giving up a first down less than 31% of the time. It's no coincidence they have been starting to win more games ever since that turnaround. And speaking of something improving greatly, how about that rushing attack at number 4? Rachaad White has been such a workhorse for this team. Look at these numbers. Only 4 running backs have more touches than this guy. He's looking like a RB1 these days and could become the first back since Doug Martin 8 years ago to rush for more than 1,000 yards in a season. The Bucs scampered for a season best 148 yards against Atlanta. In fact, that's 3 straight games Tampa Bay established a new high on the year. And it's the first time since that Doug Martin 2015 season the team has tallied 125-plus yards back-to-back-to-back weeks. The Packers are a bottom 5 rushing defense, so another big game on the ground could be a-coming.
The biggest growth for us, obviously we talk about the fundamentals and the technique, that just comes with time, but I think it was also finding the style of runs that fit Rachaad well, the style of runs that fit Chase well, and we've found a good mix of what those things are.
At number 3, Cade Otton is becoming quite the clutch player in his young career. He has 6 total touchdowns, but half of them have come in the final minute of a contest to give his team the lead. A situation like that has happened only 7 times the past decade for the franchise, and Otton has nearly half the catches. That is some impressive stuff. Let's now check out our sideline segment. This is where we look at the injury report, and as I mentioned earlier, the Bucs have a lot of issues to worry about, especially defensively. No Carlton Davis, no William Golston, and Vita Vea, Ryan Neal, both listed as doubtful. Green Bay is also a little bit banged up, but it's nothing like this. On top of the no-goes, you have a few game-time decisions as well, so a lot of depth pieces will have to pick it up. Someone like KJ Britt. And number 2, the linebackers stepped up in a big way last week with Devin White missing another game. Before David Shealy took off for the week, he met up with the Auburn product for this week's edition of The One Buck.
Well, he's not showing him right now, but this is my brother in the Wave Kingdom. He got him covered up right now, KJ Britt. So KJ, man, first of all, I would love to get a wave check, but I know you got the hat on. Go ahead. Okay, there we go. He's swimming a little bit. Am I swimming? How am I doing? We good? We're good. So we both swimming right now. But you were swimming on Sunday, man, coming in, playing well at linebacker. Just what was that experience like for you?
It was just a great experience, fun experience to come out and just play. I'm just happy we got the win. However I can help this team, I'm going to help them. So I'm just happy we came out and got the win.
You made a fantastic play at the goal line on Bijan Robinson. What did you read on that?
That was my man, and I was just running across the field with him, and he was moving, so I was like, man, let me get up on my horse. I seen Zion, so I thought the ball was going to cut back, and then when he kept stretching, I was like, all right, let me get up on my horse again. So just make sure I was just running to get to the play.
What has this been like, this experience for you to get this much more playing time? Coach Bowles has talked about your leadership. How has that been for you as well, being a leader?
It's been fun. I love everybody in the locker room. Everybody tell you that too. So just go out here and compete with my teammates and just make sure they see the passion that the game means to me, because the game, it means a lot to me. So just to kind of make that passion contagious, that's my role of leadership. I just want to make sure everybody is important to me, so I want to make sure it's important to everybody else.
Also, I think you got some passion for kids, man. We saw you doing the Christmas carols. Do you always have pipes?
Yeah, man, a little bit, whatever I could do to make the kids smile. They told us they wanted us a Christmas carol, so I was just going out there and just ready to carol with the kids.
Awesome, man. So for you guys in this team, you've got 4 games to go. Really important games here. How do you guys finish this thing out strong?
One day at a time. We ain't looking too far ahead. We're just going one day at a time, one practice at a time, one game at a time, and just going whatever in front of us that day, that's what we're going to attack.
Thank you, David. Thank you, KJ. We need more singing Finally, at number 1, the O-line lights up Christmas. The offensive line, along with some friends, went shopping for 70 foster children from Heart Gallery of Tampa. Each child received a $400 shopping spree, as well as a $100 Nike gift card, along with some other stuff, signed memorabilia. Just a fantastic event, and amazing to see such a great turnout to give back to the youth in our area. All right, let's get to the all-out blitz. Just one game on the 10 Tampa Bay docket, and that, of course, is the biggie we've been talking about all morning. The Bucs taking on Green Bay at 1 o'clock. As for our blitz pick records, David and I were both losers last week, so I maintain my one-game lead on him, but the Bucs would love to have David's record after today, though. So I'm going to go first. I think the Bucs will have another big game rushing the football, but I also think Jordan Love and company will get whatever they want with the depleted defensive front. I see this coming down late in the fourth quarter, but I do have the Packers winning 24-20. David recorded his pick from One Buck Place earlier this week.
Baker Mayfield has spent the last 2 Decembers in Green Bay. He has lost both of those games. It was cold those days. It's going to be cold today. So because of that, I think Baker freezes up. I think the Bucs lose. It's unfortunate, but I think the Packers win this game. I'll say the final score, let me get 20-16.
All right, thank you, David. And look, we're both haters, but what do we know, right? Look, we both picked against the Buccaneers last week, and guess what? The Buccaneers won, so why change up anything? Thank you so much for joining us once again. David Shealy will be back next week. I am Evan Closky. I will be here as well. This is The Blitz, same time, same place next week. More Bright Side coming up after the break.